Everybody loves it when a plan comes together, and the most important time for a plan to come together is before an opening day of hunting. Now, the first hour or so is just critically important. We set out this past weekend to bring you opening morning on Fletcher's Pond in Alpena County. The plan did not come together. I'm Fred Trost. Stay tuned for our story of an opening day dream turned into a duck hunter's nightmare.
We can't find a 25-foot pontoon boat.
Michigan's duck season opened on Saturday, October 3rd, 1998, in the northern part of the state. Mike and Jim Kestelut invited us to hunt opening day on Fletcher's Pond near Alpena. Now, as all hunters know, the first hour of the first day is the best. Matt Ratzlowski and I arrived at the Kestelut cottage at 6:30 p.m. Friday night, where we met the hunting party and talked about our plans. Every duck hunter anticipates the opening hour of opening day with great expectations. Does he have a grin on his face, or what is it? What's going on here?
I don't see his bow with him.
Don't see your bow.
No, gotta help the nephew out. Michael Allen took a nice doe.
Oh, he did? Yeah. Mike Kestelut and his nephew Michael had been bow hunting on the eve of duck season. The other family and friends were focusing their efforts on preparing for the duck opener, just 12 hours away. Jim Kestelut was the organizer.
This is the deal. We've been scouting for 2 days now, and we've been spending about 6 hours a day on the water. And what we've done is found several birds. Every day we've gone in there, we found geese, lots of geese. So we can still hunt geese there.
Yeah, 2 days.
So hopefully we're going to get into some geese as well. We've got a big rig, a 24-foot pontoon boat that you'll get some footage of that we converted to a duck hunting boat. So
now, what do you do to convert a pontoon to a duck?
Oh, it was a lot of work. I mean, it was probably 4 weekends with my guys here helping me out. Mike put the deck on it and put the new carpet down. We had to use tan carpet, of course, and what we did was he took the rail, and then I welded up the frames in my garage, so it's got a completely enclosed roof with 6 portholes on each side, and then we got the fast grass mats, 3 bundles of fast grass mats that we used to enclose the thing. So it's all painted tan, you know, all sprayed. It looks really good. You'll be impressed. So the boat's out there. That rig's out there.
So that's out the day before the season?
The boat.
The boat.
Yeah, well, the night before the season starts, which is legal. You can do that.
Yeah, but you're doing that to hold the spot?
Well, kind of to hold the spot, but really, it's a bigger boat, and, you know, we wanted to get it out, to set it out early so, you know, multiple boats, multiple people, you run into more problems. Let's get the big boat out, get out on the floodwater. It's not a real good marsh boat, but it works good on big open water.
So this will be the tender boat to go back and forth between the pontoon boat.
That's right.
Where'd the pooch go?
He's finding every scrap
We
of
worked
food
there hard today, so she's probably hungry, you know? Yeah.
So you did work the pooch today?
We worked her hard, yeah. We got her out there, and Jimmy was throwing some dummies out there and
lock her up in the boat for 2 days. So.
How old is she?
She'll be 4 in March, so 3.5. Yeah, she's. I titled her this year in April. She's a hunting retriever through UKC program, so she's pretty experienced, but real hyper yet. Still a lot of puppy there.
Well, Jim said that she's got some ribbons.
Oh yeah, lots. She's passed a lot of tests. Like I said, she's titled hunting retriever, so she's had to pass at least 4 season tests, which are, you know, multiple retrieves and blinds, and so she's pretty steady.
Now we got a bunch of people here. Mike, come on over here. Mike, come on over here. Of course, Mike, you're out of character, no camo, because you're deer hunting.
Yes, sir.
But you should have. We got the camo under there.
Yes.
This is a big gang of people for duck hunting.
Yeah, well, it's becoming a tradition up here now. We got some guys out bow hunting, and the majority of us are going to duck hunt, but all I can tell you, Fred, is fasten your seatbelt, because we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow morning.
Well, that sounds good.
These guys are pumped. We're pumped.
Now, do you usually hunt with this many guys? I mean, do you make it a big social occasion?
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the thought into building the big rig. Was last year we took this out with gear, decoys, dog, and it just gets to be quite a load. So it was a little frustrating when we had, you know, 6 to 8 guys that wanted to go. So I said to myself, every time we go hunting, I want to build a big rig that we can haul multiple guys. So really what it boils down to is we could hunt 9 guys comfortably. And we've got the layout boat. I don't know if we're going to use it tomorrow or not, but we're going to be hunting with a little over 200 decoys tomorrow, both divers and puddlers as well. So,
So what does that represent in an outlay of cost? 200 decoys.
Geez, I mean, you know, literally, I know last year when I first bought this boat and got all my herders' decoys and everything lined up in the rigs, and I kept saying my first duck I'd kill was about a $15,000 duck.
Yeah.
That was last year, not to mention the big rig. You know, we got into that pontoon, we probably got about $5,000 or sure the expense and certainly the labor. You know, pretty much across the board there. That's the big thing, the labor to set up all the decoys and rigs and put the wood on the boats and camouflage them and do all that stuff.
Well, you know, up here, bow hunting, everybody's in their own blind. And it's a do-it-yourself, by yourself type of thing.
Right.
In duck hunting and bow hunting, same type of clothes, the camo, the sneaking, the calling, the decoying, the blinds. But in bow hunting, it's all by yourself.
Yeah.
In duck hunting, you say you got it so you can hunt 9 guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, that doesn't wreck it.
It doesn't. Absolutely. Like the last couple of days I've been scouting and really looking forward to the opener. So the bow hasn't come forward to the opener. So the bow hasn't come out of its case yet. But bow season's 5 weeks, 6 weeks long. So I got lots of time to kill a deer.
Even though that was kind of in our plans on the way up here, is we were just going to do some scouting and then get in the woods, you know, at night. But everything's been focused around duck hunting right now.
So how does it look?
Looks good. It looks good. We still got some work left to do tonight, so we're going to be getting out there, what do you think, about 1?
Midnight, 1 o'clock?
Midnight, 1 o'clock.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Very unlike bow hunting.
Very, very unlike bow hunting.
What are you going to do at midnight?
Well, like I mentioned, we have over 200 decoys, so we're going to be setting the decoys. And the biggest thing is it's opening day. There's a lot of boats out, and you get there at midnight, you're going to reserve your spot. You're going to make sure other boats come up, you shine your lights, just to preserve the spot we found. That's the whole goal behind it.
Okay, and you get the decoys set out. There's 200 decoys, and there's not all the strings. And then what time we have the decoys set?
Probably about 3 o'clock,
3 o'clock.
3:30 in the morning. Yeah, and then
Then what?
Just kind of
come
settle
get you.
back. Yeah, that's right. Relax.
So you get to sleep.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So we come get the old time or
Okay.
the older guys. So
Older
my
guy.
dad made that a real point. That what we'll do is we'll plan on meeting you at the docks like 4 o'clock. So it puts us out. It's about an hour boat ride. Puts us there about 5 o'clock. Time to drink coffee. You know, let things settle down a bit, and then be ready for when the sun comes up.
So you guys you're going out on this midnight thing too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, year after year.
Yeah.
Opening day's always the same. Up all night, up for 2 days. That's the way it is.
When you going to sleep?
We got it yesterday, actually.
Catch a few winks when you can. Yeah, we worked pretty hard yesterday, so
Yeah.
we slept about 12 hours.
We had at least
apiece, I
12
think.
hours last night. We crashed. Yeah, fell
Well,
asleep
you're used to
early.
that much sleep. Is there going to be any napping in the blind tomorrow?
We've got a few sleeping bags in this big boat, so
Okay.
yeah, we're probably going to crawl in there.
There's
for a
nothing
half hour.
like the anticipation before an opening day. The key thing is to be there and be ready before the sun comes up.
We'll go take a nap out there.
So this duck hunting, like you guys do it, is a big social type event as well
Oh,
as
absolutely, yeah, absolutely social event. Yeah. And that's part of the thing that was so attractive for me. When you're out in the woods bow hunting, you even said it, you're by yourself, and it's time to relax, enjoy yourself. But it's truly when you're duck hunting, you can whisper, you can talk back and forth. You know, you can say, okay, the birds are coming, here they come. So
Well,
it's-
plus there's all the other talk in between is what it's all about.
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, we criticize all the people who are imbeciles in this world, don't we?
Yeah.
we go
do.
through all the people we can't stand and all the reasons why not, and that's the bonding.
Yeah, that's the bonding. Yeah.
I think we talked just about the birds coming
The
in.
stories.
For crying out loud. Yeah, I mean, for sitting out there all day long, how many hours are you going to have birds overhead?
Hopefully a lot.
20 minutes? 30 minutes?
Well, tomorrow all hell will break loose from for about the first hour and a half. You know, birds will be jumping and coming in all over the place. So,
Jim Kestelute just stated why it's so important to be ready in the marsh before daylight on opening day. He just said, tomorrow, all hell will break loose for about the first hour and a half. Little did we know that all hell would break loose for us long before sunrise. Beginning of our opening morning of duck season report. One problem you may notice, I'm not in my duck hunting clothes. The sun is up, sky is blue, it's 10:30 in the morning. We just got out of the camper, I just took a shower. The reason was we were up in the middle of the night. All a duck hunter's nightmare. Now, you recall Jim, Mike, everybody was telling about how they put the boat out there. We came back and had dinner, went back at midnight to get the boat, then came knocking on our camper door at 2:30 in the morning with the great news.
It's a bust.
It's gone.
Yep.
We can't find a 25-foot pontoon boat. How in the heck do you lose one of those?
Well, it didn't come unfastened from its mooring or anything. You had it
No.
pushed up in the weeds.
Yeah, we
it's-
had it beached. It was wedged in there pretty good, you know. We just figured we'd be safe to leave it there for a little bit, you know, come back here, get something to eat, and then we're going to head back around midnight. And
Well, long story short on this is the whole rig was gone. Decoys, pontoon boat, layout boat, the whole 9 yards. And
Everything.
you're there 1 o'clock in the morning trying to secure the site.
and our heart stopped when we showed up, hitting it, you know, using the GPS because it was pitch black, and come up on the spot, and I'm on the point on the boat and putting a shine on there, and I'm looking for the V on the boat, you know, and I'm like thinking
gone.
to myself, am I at the
gone.
wrong spot? And then all of a sudden I look, and there's the slip where the boat was. I turned around and said, Jimmy, man, this thing is gone.
Holy God. So you called the sheriff,
Call the sheriff.
and we got up. Matt and I went and we checked a couple of the launch sites here on the southwest end of the lake.
But
You guys,
the more we came to our senses, we realized there's just no one going to steal a 25-foot pontoon boat. First of all, no one's got the trailer for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the officer, which state police concurred that, no, probably someone just cut the lines and sent, you had their hunting spot, cut the line, set it out.
No, at 4 in the morning we weren't talking like that. We were saying the decoys are going to be gone. The motor's going to be gone. The layout boat is gone.
Yeah.
All your camo
Yeah.
on there is gone. How much is that camo worth, that grass?
I think that was about $600
Yeah,
alone for the camo
$600
itself.
Fast grass.
Of what kind?
Fast grass is
Fast
called.
grass.
Yep.
$600 worth of fast grass could have been taken. The 25-horse Johnson.
Yep.
What'd you pay for that?
Oh, that's about a $1,500 to $2,000 motor.
Okay. They could have got that. They could have got, well, the layout boat.
Layout boat.
$1,000.
$1,000. All the deeks. All
And the decoys, you had what, 250 decoys?
Couple $1,000
Yeah,
worth
at
of
least a
decoys.
couple $1,000 in decoys. And Jimmy left all his shells on there last night.
Yeah.
The shell box.
Shell box.
Yep.
But you didn't leave your guns.
No,
No.
no guns. Just left the shell box buried in the corner, you know.
So we were figuring we're going to have to pull this hunt out of the bag some way. We're going to be out there, a couple guys with a couple decoys, calling ducks on Fletcher's floodwaters. So the good news is they came back and said,
We found it. We found the rigs and all the decoys, the layout rig, and all the shells. No one took anything. They set it adrift.
so the question is, this has turned from a theft into a what?
In this case, I don't think it was a theft. It doesn't appear that someone intended to permanently deprive him of his boat. It could have been joyriding if someone took the boat out of the water to joyride with it and then dumped it. It could have been malicious destruction of property. Someone cut that rope and destroyed the rope that he used to tie that boat to the land. It could have been trespass of personal property. In this case, the damage was minimal. Jim's kind of lucky he got his boat back. He learned a lesson. It's a shame it happened this way, but it did happen. He's got to be thankful he got his property back. Should he prosecute? The damages here are very, very minimal. What's the cost of rope? Not that much. If I was going to advise him, I'd probably say that you got to count your blessings. You got your boat back. You learned a lesson. It's not worth pursuing in court.
Even if it was, would you want to prosecute?
No. It could have been a lot worse, is the way I look at it.
Exactly.
It could have been a lot worse. I mean, I was expecting the worst of all my stuff to be taken, the radios, decoys, shells, everything.
Radios?
I had some radios in there, too.
Oh,
so-
man, so there's more stuff on the...
Yeah, there was more. You start thinking about it and adding it up and going, man, oh, man, I hope nothing's missing. Well, make a long story short, you know, they just wanted the hunting spot a little bit more than we did, so...
Now, did you check who was in that hunting spot this morning?
We did, but basically went by, asked them if they cut our boats last night or cut the lines. They said, of course not. And basically, I thanked them for not stealing any of my stuff.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all.
What'd they say?
Well, we got here at 4:30. It wasn't us. You know, this spot was wide open. You know, one of those deals. So.
Kind of.
And you don't know, that could be true.
It's very true. Probably very true. It was a father and his son, and I just believe that to be the case. But
So, you've gone through quite a learning experience, having an opening morning. You guys we were so psyched on this whole thing.
oh yeah, this is the deal. We've been scouting for 2 days now, and we've been spending about 6 hours a day on the water.
Everything's been focused around duck hunting right now.
So how does it look?
Looks good. It looks good. We still got some work left to do tonight, so we're gonna be getting out there. What do you think about
Midnight, 1 o'clock.
midnight, 1 o'clock?
This is a big gang of people for duck hunting.
Yeah, well, it's becoming a tradition up here now. We got some guys out bow hunting, and the majority of us are going to duck hunt. But all I can tell you, Fred, is fasten your seatbelt because we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow morning.
Well, that sounds good.
These guys are pumped. We're pumped.
Now
The biggest thing is it's opening day. There's a lot of boats out, and you get there at midnight, you're going to reserve your spot. You're going to make sure other boats come up, you shine your lights, just to preserve the spot we found. That's the whole goal behind it.
okay. What's the moral of the story? Now, what have you learned?
Yeah, well, I've learned you never leave a boat ever unattended, not for a minute.
Even if it's beached. We had it beached, and we had it in there. We didn't think nobody was going to get it out of there. And
You had it covered up with
it
bull
was
rushes?
covered. We cut bulrushes to even have it blend, and you can barely see that there was something in there unless you were looking head on to it, you know. And
So you're not going to leave the boat out in the marsh?
no. We learned our lesson.
But the option is to sleep on the boat.
Yeah, we could do that. We still may do that.
Yeah, if it's a hot spot right now, you know, which is our second choice where we're at right now. If it turns out to be a hot spot, we'll probably just keep it there tonight, stay on the boat.
And thereby staking the claim.
Exactly.
There it goes.
If you're going to be a squatter, a homesteader, you got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just put up a sign. Okay, now we can hunt.
We can
It's
hunt.
10:35.
Decoys
Let's
are
save
set
the
and we're ready
day.
to go.
We are happy campers right now.
Yes, we are. Let's go do it.
Well, let's go hunting. Isn't this the nightmare? You missed the opening morning. A nightmare.
Tomorrow, all hell will break loose from for about first hour and a half.
Yeah, year after year.
Yeah.
Opening day's always the same. Up all night, up for 2 days. That's the way it is.
From the standpoint of ducks, our opening day story was a bust. But despite the problems, we did have a great time. The difficulties kind of pulled us all together. It was a good weekend. We did get out at dawn on the second day. The weather was beautiful. The company was outstanding. But the ducks were apparently congregating someplace else. Oh well, that's hunting. Now, I had planned to bring you some breaking news on scents, specifically human scents, how they can be very important to hunters. But that will have to wait until next week. Also, next week, Sal Ghani and I will devote the program to questions of law, not just regarding deer season, but how the DNR makes their regulations, why there are so many confusing last-minute changes. I'll talk about the authority of conservation officers on public versus private land, what the statute says, when COs can come onto private land and when they can't. That's next week. Questions of Law. It's going to be an important show. Don't miss it. Well, the bed has a lot of crinkly stuff on it. This is not our camper. I'm down here at the camper show at Novi at the Expo Center. This is on until this Sunday. I tell you, this is the biggest pickup camper I have ever seen. Absolutely incredible, Matt. The ideas in here that I already have for our camper. Holy cow. Homes. The thing about this show is this is a little earlier than the normal camper show. You probably figure is in February. 1999 models are here. This is sort of like the auto show for people who like campers. So the brand new models are here. They tell me the dealers here can swing all kinds of deals on the 1998 ones, but it's pretty neat. All the types of campers, pickup campers, motor homes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, pop-up campers, the whole bit. Anyway, that's the camper show. I'm going to be getting outdoors, but I'm also going to spend a little time here this weekend. I hope you can get outdoors. It's a great place to be. See you next week. Joe White from Comstock Park.
That's right.
11 point, 18 5/8 inch spread. You got this over in Kent County with your bow on the first day of the bow season.
Opening day.
What was the weather like on that day?
It was warm, sunny, perfect sleeping weather.
Did you engage in any sleeping in the evening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Nodded off for a while and woke up and it was getting dark, so I figured I'd better stand up. So I got up and here he came about 5 minutes later, right out of the woods. Couldn't believe it.
How many years you been hunting?
Since I was 12. So
With a bow. How many deer have you got?
this is my 13th.
Oh, you're an old hat at this.
Yep. Shot him at 3 yards.
3?
Yep.
I mean, that's like...
It was further from my tree stand to the ground than it was from him from the tree to the deer.
Oh, so he was 3 yards from
from the base
there
of the
in
tree.
your, ah,
Yep, so.
sleeping in your tree stand,
That's right.
huh? With
I love
a,
it.
you have a safety belt on?
Oh, of course.
So you didn't, did you? No safety belt and nodding off.
I'm well practiced.
Living dangerously.
That's right.
So do you have a big tree stand?
No, it's not that big.
You married?
No.
Okay. So there's nobody worrying about you, huh?
Oh,
I mean,
mom's worrying.
Mom's worrying, I guess, especially after she hears this story.
That's right.
Well, very good. You got a bucket close range Joe White 11-pointer from Kent County.